All right, guys, welcome back again to the channel. We're gonna go ahead and start pulling this top end apart on this older Bennche 500. I gotta find out what year this thing is, man. I cannot remember. Let's see if this plate gives me an idea of when it was made. Oh, hell. I know it's an older one, but anyways, I mean, actually, you look at it, the relay box is HS700. But anyways, it's a 500. It's what we've been doing the videos on, continuation. It's been quite a while since I've worked on this, probably 20 minutes since the end of the last video. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take off the intake of this thing. We're gonna drain the coolant. We're not gonna drain the oil because that's fresh, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this bar. I'm gonna take this bar and this bar out of my way so I have better access and availability to get in there and work around a little bit. The exhaust is already disconnected from our last video. We'll drain the coolant, take the intake off, set this thing to top dead center, and pull the top end off this thing. All right, guys, so I got all this part of the frame out here. 13 millimeter heads on these guys here, up here, and then the tubes that go on the top of that. It gives you a lot more room. I wish they would have made this removable over here. Honestly, the only thing it really does is holds this in place. If a person wants to cut that off, that's up to you. But I use a long ball end Allen to get this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect our water temperature sensor there. Find this guy here, engine temperature sensor, water temperature sensor. I'll go ahead and disconnect on the map sensor, the injector. We'll move that out of the way. Then I'll go ahead and break these two guys loose, pull this intake off and slide it back. So that's what we're gonna do there real quick. I think those might actually be 6 millimeter bolts. Try to bring my magnetic tray, set it in here somewhere I have access to it. That'll work for the most part. Gotta rotate this clamp out of my way. And honestly, I could probably just do this, get that out of the way. This goes to the fuel pump. Run that here. Water line there. We'll disconnect the IEC motor. Throttle position sensor. And we can just roll the whole entire throttle body out of the way there. If you guys want, you can disconnect the O2 and the I can't think of the name of it, coil. So we'll disconnect the coil. That's what I forgot to order. I ordered everything else but spark plug wire for that and cap. I might be able to just replace the cap. So I'm gonna cut that. That way we can just get everything out of the way of this motor. Roll it all pretty much over here out of the way. I don't think, yeah, there should not be anything else connected. So we'll take the harness, get it out of the way. Now you have your water line here, map sensor, intake. So we'll take the intake off and set it over here along with the injector. Hopefully we can get it like this. Yeah. There we go. Oh, that intake track is nasty. Here's an O-ring. Don't want to lose that. Put those down here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to screw these two guys back in. That way I know I don't lose them. But the intake track is just full of debris. So we know it's been sucking a lot of dirt in. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull the line loose up here. That way I can just start draining the coolant and I can probably keep most of it what's in there possibly. It's been a while since I had to do one of these, so I might get coolant everywhere. Once we get that off, we'll pull the spark plug out and then we'll check for top dead center. We'll pull the inspection cover off over here. We can just do that real quick. I still got my 5 in my pocket. So we'll pull this cover back off we had off before. Everything looks good there. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this off. We'll pull this guy off. We'll drain the coolant. I gotta find a pan actually to drain the coolant. Let me dump the oil I have below this first, clean that out, and then we'll drain the coolant that way. I can pull this guy here. It'll help drain it. I think I actually have a Folgers coffee jar around here I can actually use for that. All right, I got a milk bone jar, so that'll work. I'm gonna slide you guys back. Kind of a different angle here I need to get in there. Well, let's go from this side. We'll figure it out. It makes it difficult to do this with a tripod and try to get you guys decent angles to see what's going on. Set this down, and I can't even get that down in there to drain. I might be able to do it like that. I don't know, we'll find out. I'm trying to think the best approach. We'll just go ahead and do this like this. Take this loose. Woo, come on. Slide it out of the way. I'm gonna work it loose. I'm sure I'm gonna get some coolant out of the head up there, but let's see if I can get this. Let me get this pipe out of the way first. I forgot how much these things suck. There we go. Back over to the driver's side. All right, get this off of there. That off of there. That'll give me a little more room. And now I could probably get this guy in here. There we go. That way, when we do pull that off, you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, I might be blocking your view, but draining a little bit of coolant in there. We'll have to take this oil line off here, there, and then down here. And we could probably just rotate that out of the way. Let's go ahead, take off the clamp for the tube that crosses over to the water, to not water pump, to the temp sensor, golly, thermostat. Man, my brain is not working at all. So that goes to the thermostat housing. That is now disconnected. This hose, point a little bit more down in there. I don't know if you can see what I got going on. There's supposed to be a 8mm, 6x108 mil head. I go here, supposed to be, but it's not. So we can loosen this up, this guy up. I think this is a 14, that's a 17. We'll loosen that, we'll spin it out of the way. But first, let's get this spark plug out of here. I think it's blacker than black. You can tell it's been burning the crap out of some oil. So that's done. Let's grab. Do I have a 14? Oh, it might be actually a 13. And I believe, golly, my nose is running. This is a 17. Yeah, that's a 17. So we're just gonna break that one loose. I'll grab a 13. There was no crush washer. They had both crush washers stacked on top. So somebody's been in this top end before because both crush washers were stacked on top. So let's move this out of the way like so. So that'll be out of our way. We can put this back in so we don't lose it. Now what we can do, since I got this inspection cover off on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and slowly rotate it. Oh, my nose is running so bad. I'm gonna take the inspection cover off. We might be at TDC already, but I'm gonna pull the inspection cover for the intake off, and we'll take a look at that. And of course, my gun's way on that side, so we'll just break it loose with these guys here. We're just checking to make sure we're at top dead center compression stroke. That'll make everybody's life easier. Going to take the timing chain tensioner out. You'll end up taking timing chain tensioner out, and then you have to disconnect the cam from this side. I'll try to shine some light over here and bring you on this side to get the cam sprocket out, and then pull the cam sprocket off, and then you'll be able to take the head out. So let's go ahead and... That looks like we're on top dead center compression stroke from what I can tell. So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll pull this inspection cover off here. I'll double check the clearance on that. Let me grab a Shorty 5 Allen. We'll see if this will work back here or not. Nope. So this little guy here is amazing. Got a little set, Motion Pro, I think is who it's from. And I just threw it down here in the bottom. But this one's been definitely stripped out. So let's see if I can get this 1/4-inch drive ratchet. I might have to use, this might be a little tough. That's a ball end. I don't know if I'll be able to get that ball end in there and break it. Oh, nope. That's gonna call for vice grips. Somebody has that all stripped out. Still not moving. Wow. All right. Well, I don't know if these are just crappy. Been used way too many times. There we go. Got to break loose that time. See, we can't get it to keep turning here. Find some way to get my fat hand in there. There's my Allen wrench. Since it broke loose, it probably will turn. Yeah, turn with the Allen wrench now. There we go. Might just have to stick a regular 8mm head 6x10 bolt back in here, unless I have one of these laying around the shop, which I might. But yeah, that's all stripped out there. Let's get this other one. We will lose a little bit of oil. Exhaust. Let's disconnect my OBD2 reader. Let's check the exhaust. Oh yeah. There's a lot of play in the exhaust valve. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, since we're that far, gonna go ahead and take my gun over here. Go ahead and take the timing chain tensioner loose. Check that. That's holding good. Put those back in. Throw him down there. Now I'm gonna bring you guys on this side. I'll try to figure out an angle. It might be a little tough. I might be able to do it putting a magnet here. I'm not sure. We'll try. I'll put a headlamp on. But let's jump over to the other side real quick and get that cam sprocket out. All right, guys, I got you my headlamp here. You can see how loose this is. You can see that I'm actually skipping teeth down below now. I'm getting a little out of top dead center for the cam. I'll have to reset all that. But that's how loose that thing is. It's pretty insane that it's skipping that bottom sprocket like that already. So what we gotta do, we gotta take these two 10 millimeters out. We gotta be careful not to lose these little plates that they hold in right here. So we're gonna go grab a tin and see if I can't get the brake loose with my ratchet here, or my electric ratchet, because like I said, we already see it was skipping. Oh, those were loose. That's actually skipping over that. That's a 10, right? Oh no, that's an 11. Let me grab a 10. Why would I have an? There was something that was 7/16 here. That's why I just grabbed an 11 instead. Where is my 10? There's my 10. I was like, holy smoke, that was loose. But no, it was actually the wrong socket. There's one. Again, let's not lose this guy that holds that, and that actually holds these little plates in there. And then might be hard to get to that one, so we'll go ahead and see if I can't get it with this. There we go. Now you can tell I knocked it out of time up top, not on the bottom, but on the top. Top end's definitely way out of time now. It should have been here and up here. Well, at least that's tight. Got some Loctite on it. When we put it back together, we'll put blue Loctite on there. That way, oh, well, did that just break? The whole thing just jumped off. Nope. Okay. Throw that back down in there. Here, you can see how it's falling down in here. We'll go ahead and pull cam chain off, let it fall, make sure we don't drop any of this down in there. Now you can see the mark on the sprocket right here, okay? That right there would line up, I don't care if that drops in there, that will line up with this mark here, all right? This is your decompression. So when you get that in there, that'll be like this. This mark lines up with that mark, and these guys line up right there. So they line up with this drop point on the head. Right here's your timing mark. It might be hard to see from the angle you're at. That little arrow, some are a little bit different. This is older model, so should sometimes have a little arrow here that's built in there. We'll line up with this guy there and that guy on the cam, and you'll go ahead and spread these guys apart and make sure you get that back in proper, because this guy, this dot on the decompression will line up with that dot on the cam. That dot on the cam will line up the dot on the cam sprocket. The cam sprocket will line up with this mark on the head. So that's how you get that timed. You guys got a question? I'll send you a schematic of that. So next thing we're going to do is going to break loose these two 6mm Allen head bolts, and then we'll go ahead and we'll be able to go ahead and take out these 8mm. I think these are 13 or 14 mil heads. There's 4 of those. We'll slide those out, and we'll break these 2 loose down here for the jug. Slide the jug out. All right, I know you're on the other side now, but I need some room to work. We're gonna go ahead and pull, like I said, these 2 bolts out here. Where's my, here we go. Both of those are actually pretty darn loose. We'll yank both of those out real quick. Got those, throw those down here. And then I think these are, is that a 13? Feels like a 13. That's a 13, nope, those are 12s. Do I have a 12 over here? That's the question. Let's see, 13, 14, 12, here we go. Break those guys loose, a quarter turn at a time to keep everything even. What did I just do with my, I can't tell you where anything's at. So we're just gonna quarter. Man, these things are not, I think they're only 39 Newton meters, honestly, when you put the head back on. So there we go, we got those. Go ahead and loosen all these up. There we go, got those. There is a washer on these guys. I'm gonna try to knock it off. This one here seems stuck. There we go. I'm gonna put them in the same order I take them out. Oh, look at all that crud on the bottom of that thing. Got a little oil, that bad boy. And the rear one here, butamus, perfect. All right, now the head should, in turn, be ready to come out. So let's give it a little love tap. We will lose a little bit of oil down there. I have no idea why I still had the key on. We will drop a little coolant, a little oil, and here is the head. You can definitely see it's been burning some oil. So I'm gonna go set this on the bench. Okay, so I wasn't exactly at TDC. I was a little bit off, which honestly I'm not too worried about. Neither cam lobe is touching the cams. Got it as close as possible. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get this cam chain to come back up a little bit here. Head gasket. Now when we put this back together, we'll want to be perfectly TDC so we get timing correct. Get this guy. This one should pull out. Cam chain tensioner looks really good. Just drop that back in the front. This guy looks pretty good here, not dented too bad in the back. The hard part becomes sometimes on these, is if you drop it down in here sometimes, it will slide off the crank. So be careful about that. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take these 2 6mm, 5mm Allen 6mm by 1/0 bolts out, slide this jug off. The top of that piston is blacker than black. Let me show you guys what's going on there real quick. I don't know if you can see it from where you're at, I doubt it. You can just see how much oil this thing has been burning. Just look how black that piston is and stuff. So definitely been burning oil. Probably blown right by the rings. So now let's go ahead and take those bolts out on the other side, slide this jug off. Let's see, my 5, here we go. I'm telling you, ratchet. So these shouldn't be too tight either because of what they are. Take both of them out. The only thing I hate about my Snap-on sometimes, I need a little push button so these things release better. My hands aren't as strong as they used to be. All right, get this guy out of there. I know where those go, put those there. And now we should be able to tap this jug and get this, let's get this jug off this piston real quick. Let's get a few pops with our hand. I think I have to grab our dead blow. That's on there pretty good. She baked on there. All right, got the dead blow. Give her a few taps. Let's just double check to make sure I got everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything. I will have to disconnect the coolant line down on the back of the jug. I forgot all about that coolant line. Hell, that one wasn't even tight. Let's see how much coolant we lose now, because that's pretty low. Let me grab this pan. I cannot have that pan down there. Let me dump this oil, and you guys are way off to the side now. Forgot I had to move you over there so I could. But anyways, coolant line on the back of the head, or back of the cylinder, I should say, is taken off. I'm gonna drain that down into the pan I just cleaned. Definitely gonna probably be a lot. Make sure. Come on. Of course, it still doesn't want to go. What did I do with my? Try this guy. My hand down in here. Yeah, that guy is baked on there. Let me grab my pipe tool. That thing is on there. Come on. There we go. Ooh, that thing is smashed. All right, there we go. Everything's off. Let's knock it around. That bad boy is on there. Let's work it some more. That's insane how bad it's stuck. Insane. Insane how much that thing stuck on there. not even budging. I'm like, holy crap. I know everything's off. Let's grab a little pry bar, which of course is not over here. Get it in between these spots. Bro. Like, seriously? Like, even hitting on this thing, the crank is just dropping down. Let me grab a magnet for the... I haven't had one stick like this. Holy criminies. There we go. That's bottom. TC. Guys, I don't know why it's sticking so bad. I swear I got everything out of it. Should not be anything else holding this jug down. There we go. Holy smokes. She's just baked to it. Wow. All right. Well, we got it broke loose. I didn't mean to drop you back down in there all the way. I'm going to push the cylinder down all the way to bottom dead center. And that way, it shouldn't take much to get it out. There we go. Dude, that thing was welded on there. Cylinder looks pretty good. Let's get this piston up here. All right, so here we are. Pistons at top. Rings are stuck. Top ring is not stuck. It is demolished. Let's go ahead and let me pull the circlip out. This is on the floor. Let me find my pick. Putting too many things down, I'm gonna lose stuff here. Stuff this down here. I'm like, I was pretty surprised the way it sounded, but boy, I tell you what, with the way this ring looks, it's impressive that it's not blown up, like severely. Now, when I put it back together, I'll put the circlip in on this side, run the wrist pin through. If I can get the damn thing in there. I usually don't struggle this hard. She went flying. But anyways, let's try to get that wrist pinned out. The tin should fit right down in there. That circlip went flying somewhere over in here. There we go. There we go, there's that. Here's that. Let's check this rod. No up and down. a little side to side, but up and down is great, so that's good. So let's stuff that back in there. Let's walk over to the workbench with you guys. Take a look at this piston. If I don't knock myself to death on the way over there. Come on with me. Woo! All right, get the way. So anyways, so here's the ring. Well, here's the oil rings. Let me get this light off my head. I wish somebody could stop this nose from running. All right, so I'll bring the cylinder over so you guys take a look at that too. There is a cylinder. But anyways, here's the ring. All right, there's a big gap right here. It's broke. That ring is broke off. Look at that. What the heck? The heck is this? What the hell? What the heck? I'm not sure what's going on. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the second ring. Take it off. I mean, granted, it's pretty thin. It's the right direction. There's no marks on that ring. Let's get the oil rings off. And then that's the upper oil ring, lower oil retainer ring. There's that. And then this bad boy. Where is the end of it? There we go. There's that. But then this other ring, it's destroyed. There's pieces stuck in the piston. Stuff underneath it. It's like it's not even the right size. Whoa! Like, there's that. That one up and down, that's kind of close. There's a piece. And then there's a piece. So all that piston ring was gone. So good thing we fired it up. There's another piece. Saw it smoking still, even though after the fact. So we do have a new piston rings and cylinder on order. I mean, honestly, the cylinder doesn't look bad. It looks pretty decent, but I'd rather do a whole new cylinder just because of the way these rings are destroyed. Oh, my nose was running like crazy. But here, I'll walk you guys over here to the UTV real quick so you can see what's going on the inside. So, got the top end off. You can see all the oil running down. All this is going to have to be scraped off. It's the glued on there. We'll scrape all that off. But again, no up and down. Got a little bit of side to side, which is perfectly fine. We'll scrape all this stuff off here. We do have fresh oil, so I'll plug all these off and everything. That way we don't get any debris down in there and have to change the oil for a third time. So, voila. Parts are in order for the top end. My nose is running like crazy. I'm sorry about the sniffles. I am out, tired, wore out. Still not over being this sick thing. My hair looks beautiful. Leave a comment. Tell me how you like my hair. It's a new haircut. Looks great. So we got a new top end on order. Well, actually, shouldn't say top end, but we got new piston rings and jug on order with a gasket kit. Let's see, intake boot for this thing. You'll have a new spark plug we'll put in it. Inner sheave is on its way. And that's where we're gonna end this video, right here at the top end teardown of this Bennche 500, MSU 500, Coleman 500, High-Sung 500, not High-Sung, yeah, High-Sung 500, Axis 500, Vector 500, 500, 500, 500. Bottom ends on the 700s are supposed to be the same. So guys, that's how you do that. I will teach you how to time it all back up, all the torque specs when we put it back together here in the next couple weeks when the parts come in. Well, actually, no, let's go on and, yeah, when the parts come in, you know, guys, I appreciate it. Sub if you haven't. I'm out of it right now. So if you guys haven't subbed to the channel, I appreciate it. Like 96% of guys that view my content are not subbed to my channel. It really helps me out. It helps me keep creating content. It still gives me that drive when I see the sub numbers going up. Leave a thumbs up or thumbs down if you didn't like it. Leave a comment if you got any questions. You can hit me up at limitlesspowersports78@gmail. Follow me on Facebook at Limitless Powersports Service and Repair. TikTok, Limitless Powersports Sir and Rep. And guys, I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll catch you on my next upload.